This is an instructional video for the Physical Readiness Evaluation for Police, also known as the PREP test. The PREP test includes two portions, a pursuit restraint circuit and a shuttle run test. To successfully pass both components of the test, you require 2 minutes and 37 seconds or less on the circuit and a level 7 on the shuttle. The pursuit restraint circuit simulates a police foot chase that includes obstacles, the control of a person who resists arrest, and the ability to drag an incapacitated person. During the pursuit restraint circuit, applicants are required to wear a 9-pound belt around their waist and a 9-pound vest to simulate the weight of the standard police equipment while on the job. After you've completed the pursuit restraint circuit, applicants are provided a minimum of 15 minutes rest before completing the shuttle run test. The shuttle run test evaluates your aerobic fitness or work capacity for the physically demanding tasks of an everyday police officer. The pursuit restraint circuit is made up of 4 25-meter laps. Laps 1 and 3 are the same, as are laps 2 and 4. Let's look at the various elements of the course that make up laps 1 and 2 before they repeat into laps 3 and 4. The 6.5-foot tall wall. From the start pylon, lap 1 begins with applicants running towards the tall wall. The assessor will call out either the left or right side as you are running. Applicants should run to the side of the wall called out. Use the black bar at the bottom of the wall to stand on, and jump so that your shoulders are above the wall so that you can see the number behind the wall. Make sure to call out the number loudly so the assessor can hear you clearly. Once you have called out the correct number behind the tall wall, the next component of lap 1 includes the stairs and barrier. This is the only section of the circuit that you will be completing every lap. From the tall wall, you will proceed to the stairs. Applicants must use at least 2 steps up, touch the top platform, and use at least 2 steps down. This approach can easily be practiced at home. However, if you feel more comfortable, you can use every step on the way up, hit the top platform, and then use every step on the way down. It is also important to know that the stair railings are there only for safety, and you cannot propel yourself up using them. If these rules are broken, it can result in an applicant's repeating of the stair portion before proceeding to the barrier. After the stairs, the applicant must move towards the 2-foot barrier. The key to the barrier is to get under as quickly and as efficiently as possible. You can crawl or even roll under the barrier so long as you do not knock the barrier off its supports. If this occurs, you are required to put it back into place while the test time continues to run. The barrier itself is only 2 inches across, so the best approach is to run right up to the barrier and duck underneath. Once your shoulders are clear from the barrier, you can stand up and start running towards the start cone to begin lap 2. The first obstacle in lap 2 is the 4-foot small wall. The goal is to get over the wall and land safely on the other side. The minimum requirement is to place a hand and foot on the top of the wall for safety. There are many ways to get over the wall, which include rolling over, kicking a foot on the wall to assist with momentum, taking a bunny hop in front of the wall, and then placing your thigh on the top of the wall to get over. The key to getting over the wall is to do it safely and to match your own ability. Once you have landed on the blue mats on the other side safely, you need to continue to the tall wall and touch it. From the tall wall, you will again go over the stairs and under the barrier and into the next component of lap 2, the powertrain machine, or PTM. The PTM is included in the circuit to help applicants demonstrate their ability to apply and sustain force. This equipment is also referred to as the push-pull machine. The first action at the PTM is to push the 78 pounds up and then lower without slamming the weights. Applicants are then to complete 2 full arcs, changing the directions and moving the PTM back and forth. The first movement is a pull. Although body positioning on the PTM varies based on height and weight, it is recommended for most to pull the weight towards them and sit down using their body positioning to their advantage. The first initial pull is to the right. Then you must lower the weight under control and transition your body to a push position. When completing the push, you need to get low and drive with your legs, pushing the weight all the way up to the top and walking back to the center of the machine before lowering the weight carefully and pulling to the left. The first arc is completed once the weight is pushed in and the applicant walks back to center. The same sequence is then repeated one more time until 2 full arcs are completed. Once you have completed the PTM, you then move to the arm restraint machine. This machine helps applicants demonstrate that they can handcuff an individual resisting arrest. From the PTM, you must fully depress the handles on the grips of both arms of the simulator and bring the arms together. The arm restraint machine requires 32 pounds of force to depress each grip. With the grips constantly depressed, the arms of the machine are forced together and then return to the starting position without slamming the weights. If an applicant is unable to bring the arms of the machine together in one movement, you are allowed to take a pause before quickly completing the component. Once you have completed the arm restraint, you would then go back out onto the course for laps 3 and 4, enter the PTM again, as well as the arm restraint, and then complete the final test component, the victim drag. The victim drag demonstrates your ability to move an incapacitated person for 50 feet. The victim's weight is 170 pounds, and the victim has a handle attached to help with its relocation. During the victim drag, it is recommended to use both hands on the handle, turning the victim quickly over the black mat, which provides further resistance. Applicants need to drag the victim to a pylon 7.5 meters away from the start line. You are only allowed to move the pylon 1 foot, so it is essential to have sufficient space past the cone to prevent hitting and moving it. Once you have turned and passed the pylon, the applicant heads back to the start line. The run time stops once you pull the victim's feet past the start line. Now that we've gone through all the components of the prep test, let's do a quick recap using laps 3 and 4. Around the start pylon, to the tall wall, right side. Call out the number nice and loud. Up the stairs, 2 up, hit the top, 2 steps down, under the barrier, nice and low. Around the start pylon, you're coming into the small wall. Hand and foot for safety. Touch the tall wall. Back up over the stairs now, 2 steps up, hit the top platform, 2 steps down, under the bar, nice and low. We're headed into the PTM. Push and lower, pull right. Push back to center. Pull left. Push back to center. Pull right. Push center. Pull left. Push back to center and lower the weights. Into the arm restraint, depress the handles, thumbs around, easy in, easy out. Now we're headed into the victim. Grabbing the handle, sharp turn over the black mat. Get his hips past the pylon before turning. Sharp turn, headed all the way back to the start line, getting his feet past the line. And done. A successful time for the circuit is 2 minutes and 37 seconds or less. After completing the course, you will remove the vest and belt before completing the shuttle run test. A successful pass on the shuttle run test is a level 7 after a 15-minute rest.
Stage 7.